for this video is in accordance with what the Bible says. Don't be partakers in the unfruitful works of darkness, but instead expose them. And that's exactly what this video is. It's an expose. It's to show people what's going on behind the scenes, because you're not going to see this on Extra or Entertainment Tonight or 60 Minutes. All this information right here are things that they're being kind of pushed off to the side or hidden from people. It says in the Bible that as Christians we're not supposed to be ignorant of Satan's schemes, but sadly many people are ignorant of Satan's schemes and how he works. Because the ultimate reality, again, Ephesians 6:12 says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but at rulers, authorities, and powers in the spiritual realms, in the heavenly realms. It's important to understand that Satan's MO throughout human history has been to work through people, what the Bible calls sons of disobedience, those who are in rebellion to God. Satan will use to draw others away from God and to harden their hearts against God. In fact, it's not just present day that we're talking about. We have to look back to see where this really started. In the 1920s, the homage bestowed upon him earned him the names The Great Lover and the Love God, Rudolph Valentino, who was considered the premier actor of his day.
He was so absolutely hounded by publicity. Crowds would gather. I've heard tales of women picking up cigar butts in the streets and cherishing them. It was just insanity.
However, what most people are not aware of is that Valentino and his wife Natasha were in communication with demonic spirits and relied on them for direction in his films. This was a known fact in Hollywood. The actress Colleen Moore confessed,
"Every night Natasha would hold a seance, calling forth help from the spirit world in her creative undertaking. Then, pencil and paper in hand, she would go into a trance and start writing. After her outpourings were typed up, they were brought to the set the next day and given to the director."
Almost overnight, unbridled sexual promiscuity, once considered sinful, was now redefined as exciting, popular, and trendy. When millions of Valentino's fans watched his movies and surrendered to the lustful passions they incited, they were responding to stories and messages that came from demons. The Valentinos were initiated into what is called automatic writing in the occult, when the pen in a person's hand will write out information from a spirit, yet the person is in an altered state of consciousness, rendering them incapable of fully knowing the communication until it is completed. The Valentinos wrote,
"The more we investigated this remarkable gift of automatic writing, the more convinced we became of the great truth which lay behind it. The truth of evolution and the truth of communication with the so-called dead."
God forbids contact with the dead and condemns those who engage in such practices.
Be very careful not to imitate the detestable customs. For example, do not let your people practice fortune-telling or sorcery, or allow them to interpret omen or engage in witchcraft, or cast spells, or function as mediums or psychics, or call forth the spirits of the dead. Anyone who does these things is an object of horror and disgust to the Lord.
The Valentinos drew many of their starstruck fans into the satanic teachings of Madame Blavatsky and Aleister Crowley. This occult craze exploded at word of Valentino's untimely death. Biographer Irvin Schulman recalls,
"In Hollywood, tarot cards, crystal balls, Ouija boards, and hoodoo powers were complete sellouts, and studio warehouses reported thefts of cauldrons and other bits of hardware associated with magic."
Valentino's movies and screen image brought liberation from the dominating attitudes of the day regarding modesty and sexual chastity, and set in motion a societal sexual movement never before experienced in the country. In the scripture, Satan is called the pornographic one who revels in perverting the proper purpose of sex. The world has seen an incredible sexual revolution that took root in the 1960s, but Satan began to break down the biblical boundaries of sex as early as the 1920s by using Valentino and his wife Natasha, who were devout occultists that depended on the creativity of demons for the movie scripts that Valentino would act out before the nation and the world. Satan has duped millions of souls in dark theaters through his faithful servants. Greta Garbo was another reigning screen queen who is known as the Immortal One. Her movie The Flesh and the Devil appropriately begins with the title card. When the devil cannot reach us through the spirit, he creates a beautiful woman to tempt us through the flesh. Was Garbo opened up to the occult, and was Satan using her to draw men away from the truth? Garbo answers this question and recalls her plight during the country's strong adherence to Judeo-Christian values.
"I didn't have anyone to whom I could talk freely, so I went to occultists, devil worshippers, mind readers, and those who accompanied themselves with the summoning of spirits. During my dreams, I heard their voices."
Garbo frequently contacted spirits and sought instruction and guidance from them. she recalled how this
led me to astrology, occultism, and magic. I read books and magazines on these elusive subjects. Later, when reading alone could not satisfy my interests, I began searching out mediums, fortune tellers, card readers, and anyone else with extrasensory perception.
Because she was so dynamic on screen, her enticing portrayals of seduction, adultery, lust, murder, and worship of Eastern gods continuously captivated audiences around the globe. Many Christians at that time failed to realize the fact that they were taken in changeling stories and that Garbo was a willing participant with these messages in her films. It is devastating how people will turn away from the salvation that Jesus Christ offers from sin that leads to life to chase after the fame and fortune that the world offers, which only leads to death. Throughout the 1930s, motion pictures were one of the mainstays of the Great Depression, and attendance to movie theaters skyrocketed.
Hello, folks. I wish you were up here at Mr. Grauman's Beautiful Theater to see the grand opening of premiere of my new picture, I'm No Angel. Of course, I didn't call it I'm No Angel for nothing. Don't forget, come up and see me sometime.
Movie star Mae West was also known as the Queen of Sex and the Statue of Libido. Her work helped to topple the biblical sexual boundaries that were deeply embedded in the people of the early 20th century.
She can have a romance with somebody outside of wedlock.
I've got another man in my life.
It was pretty raw.
I don't know how many that makes.
It was pretty raunchy for that era.
Well, when I'm good, I'm very good. But when I'm bad, I'm better.
No star had greater impact in the long run than Mae West. Mae West was a one-woman sexual revolution.
West's contact with the spirit world was responsible for producing the scripts that catapulted her into stardom as the Queen of Sex. West's lascivious screenplays that entertained and taught millions were actually formulated in the spirit world and broadcast through her.
She became interested in ESP and psychic phenomenon. She would often hold evenings of psychic readings.
West was also in frequent communication with demonic spirits and relied on them for direction and inspiration.
And her interest in psychics and the world beyond really became a whole world for herself.
West attests to her psychic navigators as the Forces. Popularized by the Star Wars films, the Force has long been held as demonic power and inspiration in occult circles. West's occult teacher and guide, Kenny Kingston, recalls how multiple spirits would regularly possess Mae and use her like a puppet. When she was upset that no one had been able to come up with a script idea, she had walked about her room saying, "Forces, forces, come to me, help me write a script." She would begin to hear voices and images as the plot was revealed to her. Mae would summon stenographers to work with her around the clock as she would lie in bed in a trance-like state, dictating as the spirits entered.
You see, it's like this, dearie. I need an idea for a picture I want to do, so I say, "Forces, forces, I need some good dialogue for my new picture. Please help me out." So I call in a stenographer and dictate the whole thing at once. I just open my mouth and out it comes.
You were wonderful tonight.
I'm always wonderful at night.
The Book of Proverbs states,
"As a ring of gold in a pig's snout, so is a beautiful woman who lacks discretion."
This description is very fitting, not only for Mae West, but for the vast majority of women who directly entertain our nation on a daily basis. It's also very important for me to explain that by having a television set in our house or watching TV, that doesn't make us bad. I'm not saying that we can't have that. This is just a piece of plastic with a bunch of glass tubes and wires. That's all it is. That in of itself is not bad. Another example I like to use is a gun or a printing press or an airplane. I can go to a gun range and shoot a gun for practice, or I can use it to go rob a bank and kill someone. I can use a printing press to print Bibles or to print pornography. I can get in an airplane and fly to another country, or I can get in an airplane and drive it right into the World Trade Centers and kill thousands of people. It's how we use them. And TV is the same way. In and of itself, it's not bad, but it's how it's used. It's how it speaks to us. It's what it communicates to us. It's who it makes us. But oftentimes the Lord wants to just have time with us. I mean, TV's been around for 60 years. What did people do before that? They spent time with the Lord. They spent time with their family. Joan Crawford was also hungry for Satan's direction with her films. The occultist Kingston described her summoning of spirit guides on the set.
When Miss Crawford arrived on a movie set, she immediately requested the air conditioning be turned up higher. "I always do my best work when the set is cold," she said. A true believer, she felt the coldness would bring in the spirits to help with her performance.
Crawford aligned herself with these spirits to receive their power and used her influence to draw people away from Christianity.
Miss Thompson, I have come to make you a gift, the most precious gift that life can offer. The gift I offer is free. If you will accept your atonement without resentment or grief, the way will be found for you. You can choose but one of two paths.
What's the second choice?
Destruction.
And who's gonna destruct me? Oh, no, Mr. Davis. Your God and me could never be shipmates. And the next time you talk to him, you can tell him this for me, that Sadie Thompson is on her way to...
The devil in you is strong, my poor Sadie Thompson. Evil has claimed you as its own. This is your last chance, Sadie Thompson. Kneel with me and pray.
Let go of me. Ah, you make me laugh.
I'm not the one that play the background. I stay down, and if you paralyze my pockets, you'll be found. And if you paralyze my pockets, you'll be found. And if you paralyze my pockets, you'll be found. I'm not the one that play the background. I stay down, and if you paralyze my pockets, you'll be found.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is for the behind the scenes. We working on Poetic Paralyzed Pockets right now. My character right now, they call me Loosefoot, you know what I'm saying? I'm a flowing bomb rapper that's low key with a goatee. Got my full beard this time. Sitting here, you know, playing the character of Loosefoot right now. About to sip on a little of this good stuff. Throw a shout out to everybody out there in music land, you know what I'm saying? Loosefoot signing out, y'all. Paralyzed Pocket behind the scenes. Fuck, he got in here.
I'm not the one that play the background. I stay down, and if you paralyze my pockets, you'll be found. And if you paralyze my pockets, you'll be found. And if you paralyze my pockets, you'll be found. I'm not the one that play the background. I stay down, and if you paralyze my pockets, you'll be
It's a video that plays with your imagination. I think we all have this place that we like to go to in our minds where we free ourselves from the stress of our regular lives. You know, some people choose to go to a party. Some people, you know, do have these secret parties.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's really what it is. It's kind of like, you know, the movement of Studio 54 in a way. How that was kind of like a private, a secret society type of thing. And Eyes Wide Shut, that movie is somewhat of the inspiration of what this is. But more than anything, man, it was just, you know, the songs speak. A secret society type of thing, and Eyes Wide Shut, that movie is somewhat of a society type of thing, and Eyes Wide Shut, that movie is somewhat of a society type of thing, and Eyes Wide Shut.
smoke.
Damn, more bad news. What? They trying to light a short fuse. Fools forgot the rules. Pop quiz from the old school. Quick, grab your tools, tie your shoes, button up your blues. Gloves for the clues. He's the one with all the tattoos. Would fuck this world on his neck and be wary, known to toe the tech and will gun you down in a sec. But y'all all experienced killers and drug dealers. Hunters of your prey and get away cap pillars. Real niggas from different parts of the ghetto. They take pride in holding metal. Now it's been 4 months, 3 days, and countless blunts since Jermaine and Cutthroat got jumped. Murdered with them double pumps and made it rest in peace. Loading the guns in the car thinking, when will the violence cease? Enough time passed to throw off police. Shit, I raised that nigga. They got me hotter than Fifth Street. They told lies.
Man, I just heard it was old boy in there, man, from around the way.
Oh, that nigga Dante?
Yeah. They told
Yeah, man, I just got off the block with that fool. Had the pistol with him and his brother, man, until he told me it was some chick he was messing with in the projects.
Peaches?
Yeah, over there. Yeah, Peaches. Yeah, man, we're gonna get to the bottom of this, man. Once you swing on over here, man, we're gonna roll over there and find out what's going on. Come to find out he was set up by some chick that got fed up. Brought her ex in a picture in it. Left him wet up and shot the nigga he was rolling with. For the thrill of it, for the chill of it, for the kill of it. Now he's murdered in his prime during overtime crime on the grind. Trying to get his while taking out mine. So I wait, investigate, plans to seal a nigga's fate. I'm trying to show love, express through hate, but just missed us in this case. And he's walking around in my face, perfect setup, leave no trace. The mission is to erase with little time to waste and give him a large taste of its own medicine. Then bring in the other man with the seven hand. Continue with the plan. We'll get to the bottom of these lies. Yes, see, I got this person.
They told lies.
Yo, this Dice, leave a message.
Hey Dice, this is Peaches. We're gonna be in room 187, so just come at 10:30. And I'll leave the door unlocked so you can just come in. But don't make it look too suspicious, like we up to something, right? We'll be in the back too. Bye. I got my hands on that message yesterday.
Throw some gel in my hair. I'm with my shit curling. Bathe, then I brush my teeth. Go outside with beef. Can result in a flowered wreath. Hit the spot and I can tell that it's boiling hot. By the yellow tape and the expressions on the cops. Thugs lit up the blocks, robbed the bank and kick rock. Left the Fed red with four what they own dead. Hard shot in the head. I'm bombing from the bloodshed, ain't that a bitch? I should've stayed my ass in bed, but instead I'm here. And they ain't got no suspects yet. I'm willing to bet I'ma get the full-time sweat. Breath smelling like rum. The night before I had some. Now I'm in handcuffs for questioning, my body's numb. Why did you kill those cops? My whole face dropped. Where did your buddies go? The questions didn't stop. My mind racing. For thoughts of alibis I'm chasing. One phone call, no time wasting. They told lies. Trying to find out what happened to my nigga.
They told lies. They told lies.
Believe in this story.
They told lies.
Need only the facts. None of the lies.
They told lies.